Alright, hey guys, Nitra here. Right now I want to do a card video for you guys and just kind of walk you through my thought process. I get a lot of questions about how I layer papers, and to be honest with you guys, I don't even think about it. I think if you try to have a formula, you're gonna get frustrated every time. So you just go with the flow, okay? So I'm using Seven Gypsies, a new paper pad by Seven Gypsies, and it's called Ordre du Jour. I'm probably butchering that, but it's French and it means order of the day. It's supposed to be planner and journaling inspired, and it really does give you that planning feel. Has a lot of cut aparts in it. And sometimes when you see a very vintage looking pad like this, it can be overwhelming. But again, just don't think about it. Just start cutting your paper and gluing it down and it'll look nice every time, I promise you. So this is one of my favorite patterns. I've got this in 12 by 12 too. So I'm not even going to measure. Oh, this card is craft with white polka dots on it. It's from Canvas Court Brands. It's one of my favorite papers to use for card bases. So I'm just going to line this up like that. And I'm going to take my ruler and just get my paper to be, smaller. Without using the paper trimmer. Now, if you need an exact measurement, then by all means get your paper trimmer out. But doing it this way for me is quicker, and it saves my blade on my trimmer, because sometimes your blade could go out at you at any moment, and this just saves it for me. So I'm also going to be using some vintage dictionary paper that I've had this out for another project, so I'm just going to use it. One thing that you do want to think about, though, is where your focal point is going to be. So if you have a stamped image, you want to figure out if you want her or him or it on the left side, the right side, or the middle. If you're going to use flowers, you want to figure out where you want your cluster to be, more in the up here, down there, like wherever. Figure that out first, and then everything else can just go wherever. So I mainly do a middle focal point, or most of the time they're all of my clusters are on the right side. So we'll do a middle focal point for this video for you guys. So this is a doily I just grabbed. Put that in the center, and I'm going to add some more patterns because I do want to add patterns from the collection. And so I'm just going to cut, let's cut this one out. Okay. There's that. And then there's these really pretty file folders that match the collection. I've been hoarding them a little bit because they're so pretty, but you get 6. So pretty. So I'm going to use this, I'm going to use a little piece of this. Okay. Now you can of course use this as, like you're supposed to use it, as a file folder, but not me. Okay, this is upside down. Make sure I'm in frame. Okay, since only a little bit of this paper here is going to show, I'm going to cut it in half and just save that instead of covering up, half a piece of paper. Okay. I think I want some more white on this. So I'm going to add half the doily at the bottom. And I'm going to add the other half that I ripped off at the top. Okay. And now we're going to do the lazy way of gluing this down, and we're going to staple it in place. So since my flowers are going to go in the center, I'm going to staple in the center. That way I know that the staples will at least be covered. Things have a little bit of that text showing through from the vintage dictionary paper. So it's going to look really nice. So I'm staple here. And staple at the top. So I can make sure that doily doesn't move. And so there you go. And now for some embellishments. I've got this burnished gold embossed paper from Canvas Court Brands. It is so pretty. It's in their specialty paper. I'm going to add a little bit of that. And so and then I made this flower using canvas and lace and paper. So I'll try to get a tutorial up for you guys for that flower because it came out really nice. And now I've got some mulberry paper flowers. I'm just going to add a little bit. And I'm not going to color them. I kind of like when they're this off-white color with the vintage look. And then I always like to do my clusters in like odd numbers. So I have 3 flowers here. I have a big one and then 2 little ones, you know. And let me stand up so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm adjusting my camera, you guys. This is not professional video there. Okay, so. All right, looks good. Okay, now for things like something fell. Pearls and sequins. I love adding pearls. So I'm gonna add a few. These are all different sizes, so it looks good when you want it to look, you know, sporadic. All right, and then some of those pearls popped off. So I'm just picking those up really quick so they don't get lost. Okay. Let's see. So I have these little cutouts that I cut from another Jeff and Gypsy's pack. It's called Wanderlust, and it's very travel inspired. So these little doors were all on one sheet of 8x8 paper, and I cut them down. I cut down one of the sheets, or one or two, I can't remember, but let's see if I can cut out one of these like little keys and put off to the side. So you notice I didn't ink any edges with Distress ink because it's kind of not needed. It's already very vintage looking, and you can save yourself some time. Okay. Let's see where. Just kind of fit that key in there. And I think that's our card. Let's go move it up a little bit. Here we go. So I think it looks good. I love the pop of gold. I'm sorry for the squeaking of my chair, you guys. It's time for a new one. But yeah, I think it looks good. This card base, it was 6x6. I cut it down to 5x6, so it's a little bit bigger than what I have been making lately. I've just been making like 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch cards. But yeah, this looks good. So you see how I don't think about it. I just cut and glue, and sometimes it looks like a mess, sometimes it doesn't. I'm happy with this card. I really love this here, and that staple didn't get covered up, but you know what? I think it looks good. So yeah, so that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little talk through. If you want to see anything else, let me know. I'm gonna place a picture so you guys can see this card with nothing else around it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see anything else, always leave comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.